If you've been through a really painful breakup and you're missing your ex and you can't seem to let go of these thoughts, you're ruminating, thinking, I could have done this better. I wish I would have said this. I wish this person would come back. This video may give you a different perspective that you've never heard before. If you don't know me, my name's Deborah. I'm a transformational healer and intuitive coach. You could be going through a divorce, abandonment, betrayal, emotional burnout, feeling alone, feeling like you'll never find love again. All of this can really trigger a lot of thoughts about yourself and about relationships that are very limiting. Like, what's wrong with me? Why didn't they choose me? I don't understand what I did wrong. I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. All of these thoughts are triggered when we have these painful experiences such as divorce, breakup, betrayal, abandonment, all of those different scenarios. So what do we do with these thoughts? These thoughts that keep looping and disturbing us, disturbing our peace. We're unable to move on. We can't heal. We are trying to go about our day and we just want to curl up in a ball and we're in such deep suffering. The way I have been able to heal myself, I'll share with you my story. I came from a background in my childhood where I just didn't feel my emotional needs were being met. So of course, when I when I became an adult, I chose partners that were not emotionally available. I fell in love with someone that I thought was the love of my life, but it turned out that it was not good for me. And I actually made myself sick, not just because of the relationship. It was just the whole pattern, the healing that had not taken place, the healing that I needed to do. And so I had this intense death grip on the relationship to try to make it work. I was addicted to the highs and the lows, the dopamine hits. I had this strong grip on something that I tried to make work from this desire to have it as a child. When I started to do release work, that's when I saw that I could totally release the stories. I'm telling you my story and my background, but when you release those stories. You don't identify with them anymore. But I'm sharing this with you just to share how I was able to heal. And I continue to heal. I'm still a work in progress. What happened to me as a child is I believed, I guess I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, something's wrong with me because I wasn't seen or understood or heard. And so I walked into my adulthood trying to find someone that would see and hear and understand me. And of course, in my last relationship, that didn't happen. I was just holding on to the limiting beliefs that I believed about myself, and the world was reflecting it back to me. So, the way to heal is to be able to take a step back and start to become aware of those thoughts that you're holding on to, especially when you are missing someone that may not be good for you. And what happens when you're missing your ex, it's it's like you're in a battle. A part of you is telling yourself, this person is good, that they didn't treat me right. Maybe I didn't do such a great job either in the relationship. And then the other part of you is thinking of all the good times. That's what the mind does. It's extreme. It goes from thinking of all the good times or all the bad times to all the good times. So it feels like you have no power. You feel like you're overwhelmed by your own mind. But releasing is really helpful to take a step back, and it's very powerful to see that these thoughts are what you're holding on to, and they are designing your experiencing. And when you see it, you can't unsee it anymore. Then you can start to release them. And how do you release those thoughts? Well, the thoughts are supercharged with emotion, and you're releasing the emotional charge. And what are you releasing? You're releasing making it personal. Now, this is very deep. Some of you may resonate with this, some of you may not. But when you see that you are making it all personal. And it feels personal, of course. If somebody's not treating you well, how can you not take it personal? Of course, you're going to take it personal. But you welcome those feelings. You don't push them down. You don't distract yourself. You just welcome those feelings. Okay, I'm feeling these feelings. But once you see them and you see the limiting beliefs that you've created about yourself or about that person that you are with or about love or the world, whatever it is, that's what you can start to release. And then that emotional charge starts to dissipate. And then you start to find peace again and your heart starts to heal. So when you do a session, let's say a one-on-one session, you start to see, oh my gosh, these thoughts are running the show of my life. And what happens is when you're working with someone like me, a coach, and I'm helping you to release these stories, these limiting beliefs, traumas, whatever is coming up, we do it through energy healing and activation and also through some writing exercises. You can see, oh my God, you start to connect the dots. You start to see, wow, my mom was treating me this way, and this is a belief that I came up with from that experience, or my father, or whoever. And it may not be from your childhood, it may be from experiences in your adulthood. So you become aware of these thoughts, and what the secret sauce to this is to not pay attention to these thoughts, because you know what? You'll have a session or you'll work in a group and you'll release these thoughts and you'll feel relief, and then sometimes they come back up. But half the battle is becoming aware of them, and when they do try to come back up, you just don't pay attention to them, and then they will eventually dissolve. Sometimes you can release it like that. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. But in the process of releasing, then you can start to rewrite the script. And that's the fun part, because when you've been suffering and letting your mind harass you with all of these limiting thoughts and painful thoughts, and you're releasing them, then you start to write a new script. So you set an intention. I allow myself to have the perfect partner. Or if you want to reconcile with this person, if you feel it's worth it, you can do that too. I allow for Joe and I to be together again. And what you'll do is you'll write this intention on the top of the piece of paper, and everything underneath you'll write is your reasons why you don't think it's possible. And those thoughts are what you release. It's very, very simple. It's not always so easy. It's extremely simple. When I first was introduced to it, I thought, oh my God, what is this? But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And then you become so aware that it becomes better and better and better. Because when you release, you release sometimes chunks and sometimes very subtle thoughts that are lodged in the subconscious mind. And for me, this has been the only way I've been able to truly change my life and to see the experiences out there completely change. So in my case, I was in this painful relationship and finally was able to break away from the limiting beliefs and the death grip that I had on this relationship. And the other part of it, which was beautiful, was when I saw, oh my God, I just wanted love. I was just being human and I wanted love. And because I couldn't understand why I couldn't let go and how I would ruminate and obsess. Because the mind wants to fix it. The mind wants it to work. The mind is going after and trying to control something, right? Or wanting approval, like begging for love. So I saw the grip, and I had released enough that I had other experiences that showed me what was possible in love. And so I finally was able to let go of the grip. And then I saw, oh, I just wanted love. I was just human. And I stopped giving myself a hard time. I stopped beating myself up. And I had so much compassion for myself. And it opened my heart for even more compassion for others. And when I'm coaching people, I see like there's we give ourselves such a hard time, and it's so unnecessary. When you're going through a painful breakup and then you beat yourself up on top of that, it's like it's just overwhelming. So releasing helps you to get back to you and to be gentle with yourself and to be compassionate with yourself and to stop giving yourself a hard time and judging yourself and judging them, putting them in a box, putting yourself in a box, all of that. That's what you're releasing. Then when you're rewriting the story, that's so much fun because you start to really think about what you want because you were so caught up in a relationship that wasn't working that you you lost yourself, and then you forgot what you even wanted. And so you start to really think, oh my God, this is what I want. Yeah, this is what I deserve. So you write all of that down, and that's when you start to see the magic and you start to see your life change. And if you are releasing because you want to come back together with someone, you might discover that as you're releasing, you know what? I don't actually, come to think of it, I don't think I do want to be back together with them. Or if you're unable to get closure with them as far as having a conversation, you'll be able to get closure on your own through releasing. You're not broken. When you're going through a painful experience like this, you feel broken, but you're not broken. You will find happiness. You will find love again because you're releasing all the limiting beliefs thinking that you never will. So when you start to rewrite the script, everything starts to become alive again, magical. And then the third is you receive. You receive all that you did. And it doesn't have to be work, guys. It really doesn't. It's just becoming aware of your thoughts, releasing what no longer serves you, and writing a script of what does serve you. And you can let go of so much that you feel has been defining you, and so much of the identity that you believed that you were. And you can create a new identity and a new timeline, a new version of you. And then if that person that you're in separation with, you just never know. They could show up differently because your projections are different, your thoughts are different, your feelings are different, and you can harmonize any relationship, any kind of relationship. But I have to say, with that person, and this is where some people get a little stuck. They think, well, if I release, they're gonna be the same. They're who they are. No, no, no. We're all connected. So when you are able to change and release, you never know how they're going to show up, and people can show up differently. Either way, even if they don't show up different and you never get back together, you will find the peace and the clarity that you are looking for right now when you are ruminating and missing your ex. So if this message, if this video really resonated with you, you are welcome to join my community. Everything is in the description of this video. I have personal one-on-one sessions, I have a membership, and I have a private Facebook group and events that you can attend online. So I hope you like this video and subscribe. Thank you.